What's up, coolers? It's a great day, and it's always good after an El Clasico victory. Not just an El Clasico victory, but an El Clasico victory with a trophy. We are the Supercopa de España champions, and it's always wonderful to sleep on it, to dream about it, to wake up to a new day where we are champions. Come on, it's always good to have the champions feeling. It's great. Today we're about to discuss the trending news in the Barca universe. Firstly, the arrival of Joao Cancelo and his medical, and to the big one, the big news, the elephant in the room. Xabi Alonso leaves his role as the manager of Real Madrid. Stick tone. Before we go, I have a simple request to make. Please like this video and subscribe to this channel for more Barca related content. Let's go. Reports coming out today shows that Joao Cancelo arrived at Barcelona for his medical. He is going to be registered using the Christensen exception. It is classified as a long-term injury, about 4 months plus. So the salary space that, well, I think we're entitled to use about 80% of Christensen's salary space to register a new player, and Deco decided to go for Joao Cancelo because getting a centre back in January would have been extremely difficult. Not just a centre back, a quality centre back. And then he brainstormed with Flick and they decided to go for Joao Cancelo for so many various reasons. Firstly, he's familiar with us, and if we remember, when Flick became manager, he wanted Joao Cancelo and Joao Felix, the Joao brothers. So it was a familiarity thing, and he was desperate for Barcelona. His club Al Hilal and Inter Milan basically had an agreement in place for his transfer from Al Hilal to Inter in exchange for Stefan de Vrij, the centre back. Al Hilal were in need of a centre back and Inter were in need of a right back. Denzel Dumfries is out for a very long time, so they are short in that position. They came to an agreement, but the stumbling block to the completion of that deal was Joao Cancelo himself. He was desperate to return to Barcelona. He loves Barcelona. He has always been a culé at heart. Even when he was here, he has always said it that he always wanted to play for Barcelona. And to do that, I think he was on a very large lump sum contract, about 20 million a year, but he took a significant pay cut and he was stalling the deal with Inter just to make it possible for him to be at Barcelona. And any player that does that is always welcome. It's always welcome. And he's not just a convenience signing. That frees up Koundé to be used at centre back whenever Flick deems it fit. And Flick has also stressed that he will continue playing Koundé at right back. The signing is actually a very good one because Joao can play as a left back, he can play as a right back. That also frees up Gerard Maldini to keep playing centre back if Flick chooses to play him there, and he basically becomes a backup for Alejandro Balde whenever we want to rest Balde, whenever a tactical decision ensures that Flick might not want to play Balde, he might choose to play Joao Cancelo because he has that quality. Even though we know he's not good defensively, but he's an amazing attacking fullback. So this is not just a convenience signing. It is a great signing when you look at conditions that are being played to Barcelona. We are not yet financially stable enough to go and make a statement signing. not just statement signing, but it will be extremely difficult for clubs to let go of players at this crucial time of the season. Getting a good signing now will be very expensive. We can't afford that. And not just very expensive. Some clubs basically will not want to release their players now, no matter how you see it. Most clubs want to keep the harmony, wants to keep the cohesion in their team. Ripping a player out of a team now would decimate some teams. So some teams are not just ready to let go of their players. But as for the case of João Cancelo, Al Hilal had already used up the foreigners slots in their league. There are certain slots for foreigners, and so he was surplus to requirements. So they were desperate to offload him. He's only here for a 6-month loan. He's going to cost us 4 million euros for 6 months, and he took a significant pay cut. So it is a low cost, high rewards deal, and I applaud Deco because he improvised. Also, Araujo is back, our captain. Whatever we may think of him, we are more than a club, so we have to support him. Regardless of what we think about him, we have to support him. We have to support him. He is our player and our second captain. I would want us to go through the news. Let's see what's trending in Barcelona. Yes, we have it here. Reports are coming out that Frenkie de Jong has avoided a La Liga ban following his red card last night, but he will miss the game against Racing Club de Santander. I think that is good. That is good. The deal for Hamza Abdelkarim of Egypt is now at standstill. Hamza Abdelkarim, he was supposed to be a signing for Barca Athletic, but for some reason the deal has been stalled. Also, President Juan Laporta has called out Kylian Mbappe and Real Madrid. Kylian and the Real Madrid players refused to give us a guard of honor when we won, which is an unwritten. It is not a rule that is enforced, but it just shows sportsmanship. Here we have a video of João Cancelo arriving for his medical test at the club. The club just released the video. It's great. It's great to see players that love Barcelona, man. They play with a different type of passion that you don't see. You don't just see it around like that. He has passed his medicals and will sign his contract on Tuesday, which is tomorrow. He will be presented tomorrow. And if we can remember, Laporta said when Mbappe was signed that he doesn't envy Real Madrid. A lot of people called him a madman. So many people called him a madman. They said he didn't know what he was saying. They're saying basically because Barcelona couldn't afford him, were broke. Laporta is a visionary. He said he doesn't envy Madrid because they are signing a problem. And Mbappe has become a problem for Real Madrid. We're going to discuss that later. But Mbappe has become a problem for Real Madrid. And I remember when Dembele was still with us, he was asked, he doesn't need Mbappe because Dembele is better. Laporta was also right. Dembele today is the best player in the world. He has won the Ballon d'Or. He has won the FIFA Best Award. He's just coming off a treble winning season. He's leading the best team in the world technically because they are the European champions and they got to the FIFA Club World Cup champions. So as it stands now, currently the best team in the world, barring what our sentiment might prove or might say, is Paris Saint-Germain, and the best player in the world is Ousmane Dembele. So technically he is better. Laporta right again. I remember Laporta said in 2014, Mbappe to Madrid, they have a problem there. They have to sell a player, right? Because two starters are not going to play in the same place. This is him speaking about Vini and Mbappe. And since Mbappe arrived, Vini has been cast to the side. He hasn't been performing at an optimum level. It is also bad of us that we gave Vini his first goal in 16 games. I didn't like that, but we won, so it doesn't really matter. It does matter, but it doesn't matter in the end. This is Rafinha flaunting our trophy. I love seeing players who love to play for our club. It's really great to see players who love to play for our club. You might not understand, but there's this passion they play with. Yeah, this is all the Barca pages flaunting Xavi, because come on, our very own Xavi Hernandez, he was successful here with us compared to Alonso. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Let us address the elephant in the room. Breaking: Xabi Alonso leaves Real Madrid. Official statement: Real Madrid communicates that by mutual agreement between the club and Xabi Alonso, it has been decided to end his time as coach of the first team. Xabi Alonso will always have the affection and admiration of all Real Madrid because he is a legend and always represents the values of our club. Real Madrid will always be his home. Our club thanks Xabi Alonso and all his technical team for their work dedication through this time and wish them good luck in the new stage of their life. I call BS, bro. I call BS. The Real Madrid hierarchy never truly gave him a chance. They never truly gave him a chance. They undermined his authority at every given turn. He was a coach who wanted structure. He was a coach who wanted to bring discipline to the Real Madrid club. Not just the team, the first team. Not just the club, the first team in particular. And if we remember what Laporta said about Mbappe being a problem, it's always a problem when you have egos in the dressing room, superstars who feel things have to be done their way. If we remember, Carlo Ancelotti gave Real Madrid players a lot of freedoms for them to do whatever they wanted to do, so they thought every manager is like that. And also, the club hierarchy, they sensed the ego, the lack of discipline in the squad, and they believed Xabi Alonso was the solution to that. They were not wrong for thinking that. They were not wrong for thinking Xabi Alonso was the solution, because if you look at the job he did at Bayer Leverkusen, he was phenomenal there. He took them from 15th place to become champions and unbeaten, and he emphasized discipline. Now lies the problem. You can't bring a manager into a club and not back him. It is suicidal to employ a manager and not back him. They were truly wrong. So when problems began, reports started to leak that the dressing room were not happy with him. He was too strict, that he always talks as if he's Pep. He's too strict. Who does he think he is in football? Reports. I'm allegedly, the rumors going on was Vini was the head of such group, and it was evident when he was substituted in the game, in the El Clasico game, where he was disrespectful to his manager. And also reports also came out that Vini was not willing to sign a contract as long as Alonso was manager. You can't run a club like that. So the odds were always against Xabi Alonso. the club refused to caution Vini. He released a statement after that game and said he apologized to everybody, but he curiously and obviously left out Xabi Alonso. He did not apologize to Xabi Alonso. And what was Xabi Alonso's crime? For substituting him. Come on. A club filled with superstars. Others would want to play, of course. Obviously, you might say, okay, he is one of the biggest superstars, but it doesn't matter. You respect the manager. And Real Madrid dropped the ball by not backing Xabi Alonso in that case, which left the writing on the wall. It was only going to be a matter of time before he was going to be sacked. So the conditions for him at Real Madrid was very, very unfair. It was very unfair. Look at his record. It's not that bad. In 34 games, he had 24 wins, 6 losses, and 4 draws. Even though we might admit that in those 6 losses, they came against big clubs. Atletico de Madrid, against Liverpool in the Champions League, against Barcelona, against I really don't know, but and then Real Madrid employed Alvaro Arbeloa, who used to be their second choice right back. The famous player, our own El Presidente, Gerard Piqué, called a cone. He was basically a training cone. It was a jab at him. The reports are saying tensions between Xabi Alonso and Real Madrid players increased in recent weeks. Several players were unhappy with his management and methods. Several players, it's just a code word of saying Vinicius Junior, because that's all I'm seeing. The writing on the wall is just Vinicius. Real Madrid's dressing room is shocked after Xabi Alonso's departure. It was unexpected. Are you for real? I call BS, bro. I call BS. So I really want to understand one thing. I really want to understand one thing. If the players at Real Madrid were not willing to listen to Xabi Alonso, who was a world-class player at Real Madrid and is a club legend, are you telling me they are going to listen to Arbeloa, who has no prior coaching experience except for their juvenile A team in La Fabrica, the Real Madrid Academy? No experience whatsoever. He was not a good player when he was playing. He was a backup at best. Are you telling me these players are going to listen to him? I don't know why I care actually, but it's just fun seeing your rivals in disarray, because this is going to cost them, absolutely going to cost them their season. It is going to cost them their season. Not say that the season wasn't lost already, because we are 4 points ahead of them, and even though they are in the top 8 in the Champions League, they are also going to get knocked out. The Real Madrid we are watching they are not doing anything. And after the game yesterday, Xabi Alonso called the Super Cup the least important trophy. he lost the plot. For him to utter such comments, it means he doesn't know the gravity of what happened yesterday. You don't know what it means to lose 4 finals to FC Barcelona in the space of 18 months. I don't think the club were happy with that statement, but it's our advantage. Come on, I mean, would how Madrid have disrespected everybody, from referees to Barcelona to La Liga to the Champions League to basically everybody? Just in, Xabi Alonso's relationship with few players was complicated since the Club World Cup in the summer. Some players did not agree with his idea. Fabrizio is reporting this. Of course. When you have lazy, pompous players who don't want to listen to any coach, you won't agree with his method. He's a strict, and even though he's a Real Madrid legend, Xabi Alonso is a Pep disciple. Most of his ideas, at least from what we could watch from Bayer Leverkusen, He is very similar to Pep. But at Real Madrid, they wanted him to stop doing that. It is quite unfair. It is unfair. It was unfair, but I don't care. I know he's a good coach. And I won't let the rivalry between the El Clasico rivalry blind my eye to the fact that Xabi Alonso is a good coach. And I believe Arne Slot should watch his back. Alonso is in the market. And Alonso was Liverpool's first choice. He was their first choice before they went for Arne Slot. So if Arne Slot doesn't perform, and if he keeps losing or dropping points and falls further behind, I think Alonso might take the job at Anfield. First, it was the first reports that came out said he took the decision to leave by himself. But later, reports came out saying that no, he didn't leave on his own. He was sacked by Perez. I love seeing the delusion of Real Madrid fans. They are likening his departure to that of Ancelotti, where Zizou came and then they went on a 3-pit run. They're saying, look at it. His head blown emoji parallels between 15-16 and 25-26. Carlo Ancelotti sacked after winning the UCL. Real Madrid hired a Spanish coach, that is Xabi Alonso, got sacked mid-season with dressing room problems. Real Madrid hires former Castilla coach, this is Zizou. So they are trying to say this is a mirror of what might happen. Blood, it's too wrong for you. You don't have the Emperor Flick. You don't have Flick. You didn't have to contend with Flick then. And also, the report says the 3 main reasons he was sacked: bad physical preparations, bad harmony with the players, bad image in the Super Cup. Now you can't fault them. Bad preparations, I would say this is absolutely on the players. Bad harmony with the players, I think it's also on the players. They were not willing to listen. Bad image in the Super Cup, come on. They play like Getafe. There's no doubt about that. You can't fault that. He didn't give a good image of Real Madrid. Because after the game, Pedri came out and said they played a low block and Barcelona were not expecting that. Even Lewy came out and said they played a low block, we're not expecting that. So basically, they play like a small team. So I can't argue Real Madrid hierarchy on that. He gave a bad image of Real Madrid. But why do I care? The only thing I'm going to say is too bad to him. Too bad to him that he lost his job. It's always bad. But I would have wanted them to have kept him a little longer, so that he can keep dropping points. He can keep putting the dressing room in disarray. I know my discussion of this matter might have sounded like I was being sympathetic to him. Yes. Maybe Xabi Alonso the man, yes, but he wasn't put in position to succeed. In all honesty, he wasn't put in position to succeed. Thank you, coolers, for being with me as we discuss the trending news. I still have this good request. Please like this video and subscribe to this channel for more Barca content, and also turn on the notification bell. Visca El Barca.